Welcome to Life Inside Hell. It's me, your host, Brother Wild Bill. Well, I was a professional killer from 2006 to 2010, serving a 46-year sentence inside the worst prison in Central America, where I'm the prison's chaplain as well as an inmate. This is my audio diary. Holy shit, boys and girls. So today, a very strange thing happened. I woke up this morning. I don't know. I woke up in such a good mood. If you listen to yesterday's episode, I started my list back. So I woke up with this list and I prayed first and did a whole bunch of things I don't usually do, and really, concentrated on having a good positive day and being thankful. And went out, busted my ass in the gym, and had a really good church service. Came inside, got my food delivery. So good, the good food. Very happy about everything. I was walking around downstairs about 3 o'clock, and this gaggle of people come walking down the gangplank, coming into this place. And they're like two doors. And I saw them at the first door. I saw the police commissioner, and I screamed to everybody, "Police commissioner," because it might be a search. And I looked behind, and I saw all these functionaries, these government functionaries. So they all come in. There maybe there's, I don't know, 15, maybe too much, maybe 12 people. I don't know who any of them are. The only one I recognize is my police commissioner I know. So I can't even express the irony of what happened today. I don't know what's going on, but this is what happened. The embassy sent an official. I don't know who he was. I think he was from the consul or from the embassy. He said he was from the embassy. I don't know who he was. I think that he said his name was Samuel or Sam or something. I think. He was a late 50s fellow. If I had to guess, white hair, in very good shape physically, had a goatee. Just a fucking American, But a nice fellow, really friendly. He said, "I want to talk to you about this place that you're in." And I said, "Okay." And all these people standing on me, and I said to him, "Do you speak Spanish?" And he said no. And I was sad about that, because I wanted everybody to hear. I wanted all the officials to hear, but I wanted the boys who were all locked in their cells listening to hear as well. And you could hear a pin drop in the place. And so he starts to ask me, and he says, "What's going on here?" And I said, "Well, this is an abyss, with no bottom. This is a hole with no bottom in it. They throw you in here. This is not where you'd find all the prisoners that kill each other and behave poorly. This is where they take you when you've pissed the government off." And he said, "Well, why are you here?" And I said, "Well, I did an interview in 2019, and I learned my lesson, dude. I wouldn't do another one. I don't want to go through the same shit ever again. I'm not doing any more tabloid shit, and I'm not, I'm trying to just get out of here." And he said, "Yeah, I can imagine your situation." So we talked, and I told him literally, this is what I said. I said, "The government has their dick so far up my ass that I know what it tastes like." And he laughed, and he said, "I can imagine." And so he said, "Well, tell me, why is it so bad? What is it so bad about it?" I said, "Well," and I didn't do a good job. I think I did a terrible job of trying to explain it, actually. And I'll tell you why. I wasn't prepared for this meeting at all. And there's like 15 people or 12, and there's some guy with a video camera videoing me. Like a big ass video camera, almost like it looked like a TV news camera type camera. It was a big thing. It was like an old timey. It was as big as remember the original camera that sat on your shoulder that came out in the 80s or whatever, the video camera. Well, it's like that. So the kind that was on Back to the Future. Well, it was like that size, So it was like so he was videoing us speak, and I know while I was speaking to the man, and he asked me why it was so bad, and I said, I want to get the order of everything correctly. I said, well, that's just like the food here. I said, you buy $300 worth of food to bring in, because the food that they give you is poison. Here, you can't eat it, so you have to buy your own food. So you buy your food and you bring it in, and they throw $150 of it back when you bring it in. It's the same shit that came in last week, and they just changed the rules and they don't tell you nothing about it. And they said, well, this week the clothes that you have to bring in have to be yellow. So you go buy yellow clothes for the next visit, and you get there to bring the clothes in. Your family members get there to bring the clothes in, and they say, oh no, they changed the color. Now it's light blue. So like, fuck. So this happened to me, by the way, the reason I'm telling it. So you go and you buy new light blue clothes, and they say, oh, nope. It's they've changed the color. It's green. Shit. You know, it was just things, mad things like that. And I said, and when we had COVID, I'm trying to tell you exactly how the conversation went. I'm excited about it, and I don't know what to think about it, actually. I said when they had COVID, they cut one of our visits out. We used to have 2 visits a month, and that was 2 food deliveries a month, and they cut one of them out. They thought that the best way to combat COVID was starving us to death. So we all got sick, and we were starving at the same time. And then they never, when COVID left, I mean, COVID is now over, they didn't ever bring our other visit back. So we only get 1 food delivery every 28 days, and we're fucking starving to death here. And even that, they cut some of the food out of it, you know. So it's like, shit. So after I said that, and I said, we don't have a junta técnica, which is a board. We don't have a board. So, like, I mean, like, nobody gives us evaluations or anything like that because we don't even have anybody that takes care of us like that. And, I mean, like, when you get put in here, you just can't get back out. And I said, there were Gonzalo, my friend Gonzalo was there. And I said, Gonzalo, come here. And I said, you see this big ugly fucker here? Well, he's been here 6.5 years. 6.5 years. He ain't never stabbed nobody. He ain't never shot nobody. They ain't never found him with drugs. I mean, he ain't got he's never been written up for anything. He's been here 6.5 years. What the fuck? You know? So after that, I looked to the left, and my God, the man standing right there is the man who's responsible. His name is Gerardo Ortiz. Is the man responsible for me being in Sector C. And I said, Senor Ortiz, and he wouldn't look at me. And I said, Senor Ortiz, and he wouldn't look at me. And I put my hand on his shoulder, and I turned him to me, and I said, Senor Ortiz. And he said, what can I, and he's speaking in Spanish because he only speaks Spanish. He says, what can I do for you, William? And I said, hey, man, I want to tell you I'm sorry. He said, what? I said, I want to tell you I'm sorry, man. He said, for what? And I said, I know that you're the reason I'm in Sector C because I offended you. I know that. He's like, no, you never offended me. I said, hey, look, man, cut the shit. I'm sorry, man. I've been here 4 years. I'm in pain. My ass hurts. You guys have been raping the shit out of me. I'm sick of this fucking place, man. Can't you fucking forgive me, man? Forgive me and let me out of here. And the cop, the guy from the embassy, what are you saying to him? And I said, this motherfucker is the reason I'm in Sector C. This motherfucker right here. And I'm telling him I'm sorry, and I'm asking him to forgive me so he'll let me out. And so he just had this like big stupid smile on his face, like, hey, oh shit, you know. And then they left. And they all left. But who was here? I didn't know. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I didn't know who all those people were. I've never seen any of them. I've never met any of them. The warden lady was here. I didn't know that. I think she speaks English because she was like kept ramming her head in the middle of us trying to listen to what I was saying, which I was saying it very loud. Anybody could hear her. I don't give a fuck. But maybe she speaks English. I hope she speaks English. I hope she heard everything I said. And then it was like something out of a dream, really. And so I asked, I said, who were all those people? He's like, holy shit, man, holy shit. I'm like, who were all those people? He's like, that was the warden. That was the head of all three. The La Jolla complex cop was here. And the czar, the prison czar, the head of the entire prisons of Panama was here, man. I'm like, no shit. And he's like, yeah. And so I don't know what the fuck to think. Did they just came to see me? Because they didn't want to talk to nobody else. Other prisoners tried to talk to them, and they were really rude to the prisoners. Like, nah. They were like really rude to the prisoners. Didn't even want to speak to them. It was weird as shit. So I didn't ask to speak to the embassy, but something did happen the other day, and you can't take everything at face value. You cannot. In Panama, you can't take anything at face value because they tell you one thing and they do something else. But the police commissioner came to videotape me giving a church service on last Monday. No. I don't know when it was. Last week sometime. I don't remember when. Maybe it was last Sunday even. Yeah. It was a week ago, and it was last Sunday. The Sunday passed. I don't know. I can't remember when it was. I'm confused now. I don't even remember when it was. But sometime in the last 7 days, the warden came, or the police commissioner, my boss, the head of security, came to videotape me, and the church service was over. We had finished, and he's like, "Well, I come to videotape you giving a service." And so he said, "Just give us a little bit of the same message that you were giving before, and I'll videotape it." So I said, okay. So he took his phone out. He just took his phone out and he videoed me giving. Everybody really participated too, because they knew that the police commissioner was there. So they really participated and clapped and amen, and so on and so forth. So then he left, and I asked him, what's that for? And he said, I'm going to send it to the embassy. And I thought he was kind of joking. I said, I'm going to send it to the ambassador. He said, and I thought he was joking. So who in the fuck knows what's going on? Because I don't. But I think something good. It's got to be something good, ain't it? I don't know what to think about it. Nobody knows what to think about it, because the boys were like, they didn't come here for they didn't come here for the hunger strike. They didn't even ask me about no hunger strike. They came here to talk to me and nobody else, and the other boys tried to talk to them. They wouldn't even talk to them, and they left. As soon as they got done talking to me, bada boom, bada bing, out the door they went. So I'll be damned if I know what happened. Something did. Pull the description box down if you want to contact me. Hey, listen to me. I'm serious. If they transfer me to another prison, it's going to be the best thing that ever happened, right? Really. But I'm going to need some financial assistance setting up a new life in that other prison. So just in case, don't send me any money now. I'm not asking for it. But there may come a time when I do ask. And so just be aware of that. God bless each and every one of you for listening. If you want to contact me directly, there's an email address, a Facebook, and an Instagram in the description box. There's also a link to a book I wrote called Long Live the King Wild Bill. That helps me if you buy a copy of that book. First, it'll help you too, because it's really entertaining. I think you'll enjoy it. And so it's my prison memoir. And second of all, it also there's some spiritual aspect to it, and I get like $5 every time you buy one. So it's only $12, and it's a really good read. It's available on Amazon. The link is in the description box. It's available on Amazon in paperback and in ebook, either way. So get yourself a copy. Ebook's cheaper. I think it's like $8 or $9, and then the paperback's $12.95, I think. And so, but anyway, so thanks guys for listening. There's a Wikipedia link there too if you want to know more about me. Thanks guys for listening. God bless each and every one of you. Just pray for me, because I really think that something's moving. I don't know. I'm like pretty excited about it, actually. God bless each and every one of you. I love you. Jesus Christ loves you, and I love you too.